What's up, guys? Follow me on TikTok. Help me get to 1K so I can live stream for you. Take it if it resonates. Spirit of gratitude, joy, and life. Highest possible messages at this time. Reach out for one-on-one reading. Only $2 a minute. You can text me or DM me at Running Gun Tarot across all social media. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. This is an energy of instability. Could be in regards to resources, finances, not being able to provide the holiday season. And then that kind of goes from 0 to 100 here. Diametric shift, opposition, opposing force. The Nine of Pentacles is having to do with being well off, having what you need. So it could be, the haves and the have-nots, or it could be this kind of dynamic shift that we're seeing here. Let's see. Yeah, the sun in the reverse suggests that you can make do and find satisfaction regardless of your financial status or situation. This is maybe even having a more esoteric understanding that all of that peace and joy and love comes from within and not having to do with, what's in your bank account. It's almost as if that you feel that maybe you've traded, money in the bank for resources. Money in the bank for freedom. Freedom to come and go, to and fro. Or the resource of time as well. They say time is money, right? The sun in the reverse suggests that you could almost like cast the spell of like enjoying this time regardless. Again, hyper emphasis on money in the bank because all of these pentacles are out here. I flipped 5 cards and 4 of them are pentacles. 2 of Pentacles in the reverse again, suggesting that things maybe in 3D are off kilter, off balance. Emotional stagnancy here. For some reason, I always revert to music, turning on music, going with the flow, having a little dance party. Something to get the positive emotions going. This is also kind of manifestation, which we always talk about. Feeling as if you have it, all your worries and concerns are taken care of. How does that feel? It feels like relief. It feels like just gratitude, enjoyment, being able to relax. Feeling that a priori prior to the experience. Yeah, it's almost as if the cards are saying that that's not something that you could buy, right? Peace of mind. But it is something that you could kind of conjure within yourself. Ace of Wands in the reverse, no action, and still kind of casting that enjoyment around yourself. Trusting, confidence, courage that you are where you need to be. 3 of Swords in the upright. Again, the caveat for me with the swords is that it's all based on when you start to look at your surroundings with like logic and reason, and we're taking off those goggles and we're going based more so on feeling and energy, because that's how manifestation works. And that's how you kind of attract and radiate. Notice the heart chakra. We've been saying how the heart magnetizes and draws and attracts. And yes, you will have impulses to want to get up and act. That's the kind of electrical component as well of our electromagnetic being, and you will do that. But the key is to not let your, logic and thinking and reasoning mind, the one that's like, this isn't going to work, we don't have this, we don't have that. It's to embody the 10 of Cup in the upright before it even exists. How do you feel when you have the love of your life? You're happy and content. you're true to yourself. You know, if they're really the love of your life, you're going to be true to who you are anyways, and they're going to accept you and love you for it. So it's almost a necessity to relax here and now in that. And that doesn't go against, projecting or manifesting when you're pulled to do so, but you're not going to have to be on eggshells. You're not going to have to be up at arms, when you're with the love of your life. And then that gets into the conversation of you can be the love of your life, you know, and to kind of really kind of relish and cherish and get cozy and comfortable in that fact as well. For um, for the sake of its own self. I mean, it can't be denied that we do see entities, running into each other. A lot of seeing eye to eye here, different attributes and mechanizations of it. If you do have feelings of, why am I not in this connection? Why aren't these things coming to me? That could be ending too. Queen of Wands in the reverse, Ten of Wands in the upright. Tens are about endings. Queen of Wands is that kind of jealousy, envy type. Okay, anything else here, Spirit? The winds of change. Page of Wands, Page of Cups in the upright. Steady forward movement, growth, progress. Just reading lines of code right now. 1 second, bear with me. Yeah, I mean, I do see the Emperor and the Empress close together. They may be out of union now, but I do think that they are manifesting each other. I do think that they're pulling each other in. I think the key is to be open hearted, though. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I don't like to make the videos too long because everyone's attention span. But I'm going to do another one. Feel free to reach out. Follow me on TikTok. Love you guys. Peace. Ticket resonates. We got a quick bottom of the deck card. Get some overall energy as I shuffle Nine of Wands in the reverse, coming out of overexertion, coming out of overworking. With that can bring some doubt and fears as to are you on the right track and path with your goals, especially financially, monetarily. Follow me on TikTok, by the way, at Running on Tarot. Help me get to 1K so I can live stream for you guys. Three Wands, bright new day, bright future. Also, one-on-one readings are only $2 a minute. If you're interested, just text me or DM me at Ronnie Ventero across all social media. I keep my number out there and available on my page and on YouTube videos. Three Wands in the upright, the brightness of the future, knowing that there is good things to come. not having those doubts, not having those fears or concerns override the majority of your attention. Okay, despite maybe the communication, Eight of Wands in the reverse, Page of Pentacles in the reverse. This is a time for self-love, pouring into yourself, meditation, whatever practice spiritual you're into. This too shall pass, this kind of in-between time. Seven of Pentacles in the upright. This is growing slowly but surely. Okay. Coming out of toxicity, coming out of imbalance. Cycles are ending. This is a cycle for growth and expansion. Okay, why is it pointing to the King of Pentacles in reverse? Why is it growing and expanding to the King of Pentacles in reverse? There's a bridge. Someone wants to bridge. There's a deep depth here. Okay, it may not be in your purview. Okay, something that you don't see. What don't you see? It could be that you don't see the amount of growth or progress that you're going through or that you're in right now. Coming out of a third-party situation. Three of Pentacles could be a living situation as well. Going within or finding your balance in regards to work, conflict of work. Let's see. Traveling at a distance, options, the option to travel, come out of work, come out of a living situation, pouring into something emotionally with the Ace of Cups, or kicking this cup of emotion over, depending if you're too subjectively involved here. You could feel that others are happy at a distance, but that's all the more reason to focus on you being happy within. Being very clear and direct with yourself about that. And also there's an emphasis on being very kind of clear and direct and allocating your time to your daily practice of spirituality, carving out a special time and place for that. So as to help with overthinking or feelings of injustice. Okay, I do see new beginnings here coming out of sadness. I see wish fulfillment as well. King of Swords is making a decision. Could be a decision to stick to their guns. Okay, I see sudden change. What's this? Five of Cups in the upright. Someone is being emotionally immature to one person, maybe open to you. What's this Tower card? Sudden change, fighting for. Yeah, something that you've been fighting for. Feels like it's going to happen overnight. It could be a relationship. A lot of emphasis, I think, on not seeing or realizing the growth and the progress that you have made, and a lot of kind of energy of like tipping the scales in your favor, almost as if you're advancing, even though you're not feeling like you're making any progress. You're still advancing because you're still doing the time, and you're still in the place that you need to be. And anytime that you're in that place that you need to be, you're just going to naturally do those things that you feel allow for progress in your life. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Let's get another one. Reach out. Follow me on TikTok. Come and reach 1K. Love you guys. Peace. This one's for the champion. I told you long ago. Okay, we have King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, guys. Look out for one-on-one reading, only $2 a minute. Follow me on TikTok at Running Down Tarot. Help me get to 1K. King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. A lot of feelings as though that you may not have resources at your disposal. Someone could also be very stingy with their time, not giving of themselves. Okay, this is an energy of out of work, not able to work or do what you're good at, possibly. Star card in the reverse is a depth. I always read that and understand that as like a depth. It could be a depth of knowledge, a depth of understanding, an actual ability. The Fourth Cup in the upright is not being receptive to an offer or an exchange. Could be giving someone the silent treatment. There could be a sense of feeling tired or exhausted. The magician in the reverse could be the inability to manifest or not seeing your manifestations come in. Three of Cup in the upright could be a romantic situation. It could be tapping into the romance of life. Page of Wands in the reverse, maybe a lack of direction. Could be that you don't feel the spark. In a way, in an odd way, there seems to be like a lot of confidence here. Um, Almost as if that you know you're going to reach and meet your goals, even though you don't see it. You might not even see your own confidence because it could be your thinking mind is clouding it at times. Right? We got knowing that you're going to reach those goals somehow, some way. It's almost as if like where there's a will, there's a way. I'm also getting a lot of like silent treatment on the love side. It could be like you don't want to respond to someone because you feel like your energy is at a low point or you're just not feeling the spark or connection right now. But I would say there's nothing wrong with not replying to someone right away. If you feel like you need some respite, take a break, take your time. Yeah, a lot of like relationship energy coming through here, maybe in a time that seems non-intuitive or um, could be feeling as though not at the right time if you're editorializing when you think something should happen. But this relationship that does come in could also make you feel hopeful for the future as well. But it could again just be like in this unexpected time. I would just say try not to let your own kind of like reasoning and expectations make you feel like something is not in divine timing. Um, to allow it, maybe even though you're not at the best kind of place financially for yourself, I would say. Um, yeah, it feels like it's like a blessing is coming in, like the cart is going before the horse. It just seems kind of illogical, but then again, we live in like this illogical universe. So I'm gonna leave it there. Love you guys. Hodge for more. Follow me on TikTok. Peace. That's funny.
Why? I like killer. You know, my wife had a succulent for 6 years that she watered and then found. Right now, at this very moment.
Sort of take over. It's about giving the audience the ultra Stallone experience within the contained box of the Rocky brand.
He's fighting, he's directing, he's writing, he's doing everything, which is very hard to do in a very physical movie.
Logan, he pulverized me. Later that night, my heart started to swell, which happens when the heart hits the chest. And then my blood pressure went up to 260, and they thought I was going to be talking to angels. Next thing I know, I'm in intensive care where I'm surrounded by nuns, and I thought, okay, that's curtains.
The top level from the hospital for 9 days. I basically summarized it around before, and we were praying so much on the chin, so you don't suffer anymore. And the small voices that is, it's people more.
I push it. That's why I've had 5 back operations. I know, you should know after the first back operation not to do it again. Probably end up with another one, because I know, so I'll never do that again, but I do. I do. I don't know why, but I do. I've always been thrown in a world of turmoil and kind of like a lot of physicality, just you call it violence.
I ain't taking advantage of me. Non-citizen action.
My father was in the army and he was in the cavalry. I don't know what army he was in, but they had a cavalry war with along the Mexican border. So he learned to play kind of like sandlot ball. So I spent a great deal of time. So I became a horseman and I played for a while, and it is a wicked thing.
So I became an excellent polo player. He could have been like a 6-7 goal player if it wasn't for my father browbeating him, and that's why he quit polo.
I started playing again when I was about 40. So I said, okay, let me do it right. Now I made it, Dad. I'm going to field my father a super team with 10 goal players, and we'll play against each other in the Wellington, the #1 field in the world.
Sly Stallone shows the world how good he is with horse and mallet. Out to impress the elite.
So I'm out there playing well. My father, we're going neck and neck. And I go out for a near side. My father spears me in the back. Hits me so hard. I went down. The entertainment tonight is at a horse walk right up. I don't know how it didn't kill me. But I see myself getting up, and first thing, and he just rode away.
Today has been maybe probably one of the best film of my life. Finally have gotten to play together and follow me forward as we have today. cheap shot at home. You try every game. 20 minutes from my father. That was his son. That was it. I never played polo again from that moment on. I sold everything. I sold every horse, the ranch, the truck, and that was it. Basically, when we're born, we're soft clay. And a heavy-handed sculptor starts to put dents in it, and that's in our mold. That's what we are, and you just can't correct those distortions. And that's what develops personality. Not a lot of people can overcome. It takes work.
I think what he's going for in Rocky V is he wants to make sure that he never loses who he was, where he came from. He wanted to get back to his roots, but I don't think he did it the way he hoped.
At that time with Rocky V, I thought, I lost everything. Could I actually go back and start over again? Not without someone helping me. I realized that's why Tommy is more important than my own family, because he's gonna bring me glory again. He was almost too personal.
His son said he put him in. He wrote him in. He wanted to give him this opportunity. It was so hard for Sly to get.
How did you write this scene in the basement with your son? He's saying you're invested in the boxing, but you're not seeing. Is that something you drew upon from your own experience?
Unfortunately, yes.
You said I would be no one of you. Said that you lied. You lied to me and you lied to Mom.
I never lied to you. Tommy needed my help.
So did I.
I try to take something that actually is what I wish I had done in real life, but I wasn't able to do it in real. And so quite often I would do it theatrically, magically.
If there's something you want to pass it on to your son. For God's sakes.
For a speech, when I'm losing my son and I have a nervous breakdown, I didn't want this, I didn't want this. I want to be back to where we started. She tears me a new one. Save your son. A lot of that is true. You know, unfortunately, you put things before your family, and the repercussions are quite radical and devastating.
Try to, my belief, my philosophy is that all the grandeur, all the fanfare, all the international acclaim means nothing when you can't sleep at night, when you have no one next to you, when you don't have flesh and blood.
Rocky V might have been just too personal. Just didn't land the feelings at all. I used to tell people, I said, don't ever watch the second half of any biography about a star. Because it's always, and he was at the pinnacle, and he had the world in his hand, and then, well, stay tuned for the fall. If I knew I had to do 25 foot my whole life, that's it. You choose a lot different than this.
Now all of a sudden you're doing a march. It's like 180.
And he was at the pinnacle, and he had the world in his hand, and then, well, stay tuned for the fall. If I knew I had to do 25 foot my whole life, that's it. You choose a lot different than this.
Now all of a sudden you're doing a march. It's like 180 degrees.
Farce is a dead art form. Farce is not really comedy. It's little, it's so fast. You just really step out of your box and you do farce. You're really asking for it.
If you're hungry, you always try to expand. It was natural for Sly to feel like, I want to get into comedies.
Which one did you heard this from?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Stop what my mom was shooting.
There was a script that was offered to his agent and to my agent. When I read the script, I said, as if this, I don't think I can sell, but I'm not gonna tell them about it. And they called Ira this meeting and said, Ira wants the script. So Sly was going so nuts about the fact that I want to do it, he then committed to the movie, and then he did the movie. And the rest is history.
He was making movies that didn't make any sense for him, or didn't appear to be making sense for him. I mean, those are movies where he is thoroughly Sylvester Stallone in them. It's just the environment didn't seem right.
I can't really disassociate myself from what I am, and I tried for a while doing the comedies, and even though it was kind of an adventure, it really was a waste of effort. I could have done much better things with my time, and I think people felt very disillusioned. This is what I meant to do, and going back to my roots. And then I became considered to be like monosyllabic, and the less I did verbally, the more I did physically, was the way I was known.
He really is just like this hulking action figure who really doesn't speak.
He's playing the lead in an action movie, and then this one is set in prison, and another one it's set on a train.
To the point where I said, okay, action, action, action. What are you doing?
His character stopped being less character and more of just a leading man. And Copland brought us back to him.
I was not deriving any pleasure anymore. I felt that the challenges were that of physical challenge and nothing to do with any reliance upon character work, where you are totally dependent upon how you act. And so I thought, no, I have to stop this a little. I have to try to go back to what I enjoy more, and the premise is interacting with other actors. And then when Miramax came with Copland, they said, this is going to be difficult because you're going to have to completely divest yourself of what you've used for the past 10 years, which is you have to gain 30 pounds, you have to be incredibly obsequious, fun, shy, have to be turned inside out, or literally show what I have inside on the outside.
And this is your chance to be taken seriously as an actor?
Well, I would like to be able to know that I had an opportunity to work with great actors and see if I could hold my own.
Excuse me, well, I'm sorry for rushing in like this, but
When I did the scene with De Niro, I've been waiting for this scene for 20 years. Everyone's going, oh, this is going to be a bloodbath. This is going to be terrible. What is this? It came to me. And I'm doing my lines, and I feel that Bobby is not giving me enough Bobby. I really wanted him to lay into me, the character. I really wanted him to hit me hard as I need to be hit for me to feel as though I'm playing the character properly. I need to walk out of this room demolished. I said, I'm gonna go off the page. I'm gonna try to get under the skin. So we're doing the scene, and we get to the final end. I can't help it anymore. Now, I know that he's thinking, okay, that's a wrap. Well, wait a minute. You said if I needed help, you would be here. I can come up there and say, hey, it's over, everything's over. No, but it's not over. I did what you wanted me to do. I did exactly what you asked. And now you're saying it doesn't matter anymore? Just give me a chance. Listen, hear me out. Shut you deaf fuck.
Listen to you, deaf fuck. I offered you a chance when we could have done something. I offered you a chance to be a cop, and you blew it.
Yeah. Thank you, Bobby. But that bombed. That didn't do well.
He's carrying the movie, but through this physicality as a character. Everybody else has the parts. Everybody else has big speeches. It's all down to the minutia of the ephemera of his characterization.
Something about how restrained Stallone is being. He is playing something deep in here. I wish that James Mangold had more faith in what Stallone was doing, because that sadness is there for a reason. I think that the movie kind of lets him down.
I don't think he got the credit he deserved for that problem.
That was frustrating to him.
I started to get disenchanted with myself. I go, well, maybe that's a natural migration into obsolescence. Maybe that's the journey. You know, everyone can't be at the top of their game forever.
I realized that at that point, it's important to stay in your own lane and become a specialist. Like an artist. You have that style, you're a Rothko, and no one can do Rothko better than Rothko. Everyone goes, oh, we can do the full spectrum. We can be anything. No, you can't. You have certain manifest weaknesses and great strengths, and I say focus on the strengths. Don't sit there and try to do Shakespeare when you look like me.
He has these two characters he can always go back to get whatever adoration or sense of legitimacy that he feels he's lost. He can get that back anytime he plays Rocky and anytime he plays Rambo. Those characters are always going to be there for him, and it's a place he can always go back to reset.
In a film like Rocky VI, which to me is my proudest accomplishment in my entire career, because we're following Rocky V. 19 years later, Rocky has missed an entire generation who's grown up and have no idea who he is. That character had meant so much to myself and so many other people, and to leave it on that dour note just killed me. So I spent endless hours writing, rewriting, writing Rocky Balboa. Producer goes, oh, I have that body I told you before, it never happened. Heads of studios, and rejected. Rocky's done and you're done. I mean, it was brutal. Nobody wanted to make it. They left. Just, even my wife said, please don't. But she didn't quite understand what I was going for. I wasn't doing a boxing movie. I was doing a movie about how the deal with moving on when the things you love the most have left you. And I use it symbolically with Adrian being gone. That you have that horrible feeling in your stomach, that your life has been so incomplete, and you can't go on without, you just never achieved what you thought you should have achieved. You never loved her enough. You never gave people the respect that you never said thank you. He talks about this stuff in the basement, which is regret. And I go, man, I have a lot of that. And this is what the movie's about. He's fighting to purge himself of pain of the past. He says, quote, I want to replace old pain with new pain, meaning I want to get hit. And maybe I'll forget about the stuff in the basement.
I was talking to my son what the future was all about. And I thought, life is undefeated. You can't beat it. You just have to go on the defense. That inspires the line, no one punches harder than life.
I have a habit of adding words. We're doing the scene, and we get 3/4 of the way through. Why did you add that word? It was okay before. This is the one take where it was consistent all the way through. It's simple. The message is as plain as can be. And it isn't like hysterical. We used to fit right here. I'd hold you up and say to your mother, this kid's gonna be the best kid in the world. This kid's gonna be somebody better than anybody ever knew. You see that he's talking from love. He loves this kid. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. I've always wanted to take a Rocky one and this one and put it together and show how fast life goes by. Life is addition up until age 40, and after that, subtraction. Your children moving on, friends are moving on. Dying, job is gone. It's lost.
Line in the movie that, I'm so glad he's born because now I can live through your eyes. It's like, that I think is what fathers look to their children for. It's an extension of, it's a slice of immortality. As long as he's alive, your memory will always be alive that you did something right. And we get hope for that.
have the successful Rocky series, and you have the successful Rambo series, but after all these successes, at some point, people say to you, well, maybe you're too old to play these parts, and all of a sudden your agent says, maybe we can't help you.
That fourth crossroad. Okay, do I listen to them, or how do you feel? Do you feel still competitive? Is there, as Rocky would say, stuff in the basement? Yeah, but I just have to do it age appropriate. That's when I came up with Expendables. I went to this rock and roll revival. I'm telling my wife, God, these guys are so great. And my wife was looking at me. I said, it's gonna get better. Dude, how come this guy, doctors, baggy ass canvas type pants that he's been sitting on so long at the back looks like a fucking accordion? Holy shit, this is genius. The place is sold out. Everyone on stage is done. But the fact that thousands of people came to see this collection of former greats, I said, there's got to be something here. I said, let me start doing that with action, guys. And that made it in their head. As opposed to Stallone is the expendable, is the expendable. No, he's part of this once great group. Shit. Just out of morbid curiosity, I've got to see this.
What a great concept of all of these action heroes from the 80s, the 90s, 2000, everyone together thrown into one pot.
There's something about Stallone at this age accepting his experience, that he survived this long. I mean, I don't know if he should, should he still be alive? I don't know.
It's not uncommon for an action hero to get injured on the set, but I think it is clear that Sly drove it to the extreme. I thought it was too much.
Having the family there the whole time, it was hard on them because I was so stressed and beat up and bronchitis and thrush and fractured neck and on and on and on and on. So they were not enjoying this.
You know, he's been working nights, he hasn't slept at all, and I start work all night again. It's gotta just get home and really operated on right away.
Truthfully, I never fully recovered from Expendables 1. It did such a number on my body. I've never been sick. Never. And you go, was it really worth it? Are you doing this for people's approval? Really, that's almost like a child needing a pat on the head by the father that's constantly encouraging. But it's true.
This film stayed with you for a long time. Why is that?
This film here reminds me of my father.
You never called me. You never said my name. I'd have walked, I'd have crawled, I'd have done anything. It's not my fault.
This is the most extraordinary film about zeroing in on what's really at the core of need, human need. Love, requited love.
You're not mine. We're not connected. I deny you. Now that you're in my kingdom, I need you nothing, and I wish you plague, violence, children, rage, and dumb.
When you've been rejected, love is a powerful, powerful agent. I wasn't given a shot, really, in my childhood. Everything was, it was not good. So in my world, the slow film world, what wouldn't normally happen can happen. That this loser fighter is going to become a winner. I was blessed with the ability to deflect this bitterness into what I wish had happened. I wish I had a father like Rocky.
You sit there and actually film yourself with this.
There you go.
Amazing.
I just said, Dad's dying. Dad died, and you haven't talked to him in a long, long time.
So, love it. Take care.
Yes.
And here's Frank.
I arranged for him to be with my father a few weeks before he died.
I'm gonna slow. Oh.
That's in my heart. I love you, baby.
He's on his deathbed. Just, smile. At that, he goes, you should learn to love and forgive people. I said, really? That just come to you now as a fucking angel are about to whisper in your ear? Yeah, you should learn. He starts laughing. I said, you bastard. Now you're telling me to be kind, like you just had an epiphany on the way out? He goes, yeah, I did. Just remember those words, you little bastard. I went on. My children, when I get, really emotional about it, there's always that regret. I could have learned so much more if I hadn't been so self-absorbed in dealing with other people. You think about what you should have done at this age. And now, at this age, what did I mess up on? I'm there making a stupid movie instead of making their life. They make me happy, they make me really sad. They bring me emotion. I had to almost lose it to respect it. So the act of love with my children now, actually taking such stock in value of the time, Jesus, it's so callous and brutal. It sneaks up on you. You go, okay, time to check out. It's like, whoa, I was just born. No. Now it's a matter of, I want to be the juggler, a really good juggler. Family, life, children, life, art, just everything, just in balance. There's an old saying that the child becomes father to the man. And the children I create, Rocky and Rambo, have now become my father. They're taking care of me. The beauty of being able to play those two is you literally, that's the entire spectrum of life. The disenfranchised, the one that's just friendless and lonely, and the one here that embraces everything, loves humanity, and is loved by humanity. And I relate so well to both of them. I've lived in worlds of death. I tried to come home. Rambo has been mortally wounded, and now he's returned home to sit in his father's rocking chair. He sees his life ebbing before him. I started regretting the idea that this is the way this warrior goes out. When they pull away, the chair was still. I had them start the CGI, and the chair was still rocking slightly. So he's still alive. But the way I shot it, it wasn't. And I so believe that we don't see our heroes die before our eyes, that there's always some mystical quality about them. I realized with Rambo, they'll never have a home. That's the tragedy of that character. Without home, without that family, without the love of wife and children, what's this? These are just pictures, film images of something that never existed. This is not life. This is artwork. This is configurations of imagination. That's real. That lives and breathes and dies and bleeds. And you gotta take care of that. But if you have no guidance and you have to go through life devalued every inch of the way, that leaves a hole. And that hole is never filled. What I can do is fill it through imagination. I want to somehow show hope. I'm in the hope business. And I just hate sad endings, sorry. Shoot me.
The moon is broken, and the sky is cracked. Come on to the house. The only thing that you can see is all that you lack.
That's fine.
Hi, this is Jennifer from Soul Sourced.